Hello, everybody, and welcome to General Morning Chit Chat. I hope everybody's well and okay. Well, this is part 2 of my series on life-changing events that can impact your life. Now, part 2 is based on divorce. Now, divorce is something I've never been through, and I hope never to. Divorce. Richard's been through a divorce. And it was on mutual ground. They both decided that the marriage wasn't working out, and that was an end to it. They got divorced. Now, divorce isn't straightforward. It can take several years for a divorce to be finalised. If you've only been married for a certain amount of time, it's not that easy, because it's just not. I think divorce is sad. It can be really, really sad. But for a divorce to happen, I suppose you both have to agree. Some divorces can be really ugly, especially when there's children involved. Children complicate things even more, because after the divorce, it's having rights to both parents for that child to still have both parents. There's some really sad stories. I mean, you see it on films. I know you think it's only a movie, but a lot of films do touch on real life. It's when there is children and it's who gets custody. Hey, what are you going mad at? That's what's really sad. And who gets hurt? Who gets hurt in the meanwhile? The child. Especially if there's a lot of backwards and forth. I mean, you don't even have to be married for this to happen. Backwards and forth, and the child's living with me. No, they're living with me. And it can get really, really ugly. And it's not fair for the child to see all this happening in front of them. Sometimes couples are better off living apart for the sake of the child. Maybe couples fight way too much, and the children see another side of what they thought was a loving relationship, and that child's taking it all in. So anyway, divorce. There's a lot of reasons why people get divorced. It's not as simple as saying, well, I don't love my spouse anymore, I want to get divorced. It's not that simple. There's many reasons. Being unfaithful. Now, that can cause a divorce to happen. It's a reasonable reason on why a couple would get divorced, a married couple. Because it's not very nice at all to find out your spouse has been having an affair. And an affair can be years they've had an affair and you've only just found out about it. Not very nice at all. There's other reasons. No. There's reasons like abuse. No. That can be a massive reason why a divorce would happen. If you're being physically abused, any abuse really is fair grounds to get divorced. Nobody should have to put up with abuse at all. Because you want to live your life and you need to get out of that situation. I've mentioned this before when I've done about relationships. You need to get out of there, no matter who they are. Whether it's a man or a woman who's been victimised by their spouse. You need to get out and that's it. Because it can end very badly. So that is a really big ground for divorce. And you need to get away from that person. Because that's not a way to live. Worrying about every day on what mood they're going to be in, it's just not worth it. Now, there's some sadder reasons why people get divorced. And that is to do with illness. And it's pretty sad. When your spouse falls ill, most people would stand by the spouse because they love them so much, and hats off to anyone who's in this situation, and because I know it's difficult, but they'll stand by the spouse. But some people won't stand by the spouse. And it's a real shame that can happen. Because the spouse may no longer be able to work. The life you were used to is suddenly a different kind of life. That's how is best to describe it, really, for those whose partners have fallen ill and can no longer work, and also they find themselves financially in trouble, and it can happen by any means, I suppose. And so the spouse sometimes does want out of that relationship, which is really sad, because the spouse who's ill will feel that sense of abandonment, and it does happen. So getting divorced, it may take years, but I believe there are channels what you can go down where your divorce can be finalised a lot quicker. But it probably is a heavy price to pay, because that channel probably isn't cheap at all. And then there's the complication on one spouse wants to get divorced and the other one doesn't. That complicates matters a hell of a lot. So I suppose some couples in that situation, the best course is separate. And either, after a while, it's either reconciling or it's just not gonna happen. It's not fair for me to say accept it in these situations. It's really not. Because I have said accept it before, but only when you've been in a relationship. I'm not talking about marriage there. But marriage is so different. It's so... because you've made those vows to that person. So I can't say accept it. I can't. Because marriage is a different story. For those who's going through divorce, I really feel for you, because it's something... It's not very nice. On whether you're the spouse who wants the divorce or whether you're the spouse who doesn't. It's not a very nice thing at all, I can imagine. But those who are going through divorce, I can tell you one thing. It's not the end. When you're free of that person, for whatever reason it is, there's another life somewhere. Somewhere what's right for you. You may feel so hurt with it all. I can imagine it's such an emotional roller coaster going through a divorce. I can only imagine it, which I hope it never happens to me. Because I'm so happily married with my husband. I know you've seen us together, and it's just... I comedy duo, but we sincerely love each other so much. We really do. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up and a subscription. As always, it does mean so much. Thank you to my current subscribers and hopefully future subscribers, as you will all be amazing. Please enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Wrap up warm. And please stay safe. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.